Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. My friends, this is no time to be afraid. And I understand why people are afraid, because something that people bought is now worth less than when they bought it. Ooh, fear, emotions. God, I understand. But according to a popular XRP chart analyst, this is the time when things are actually about to get really exciting and fun, certainly for XRP specifically, but also acknowledges that, like, here's the deal. Like, if you're wondering, okay, so wait. Why not feel the fear? Like, you moon now, but you say you understand why. Well, the reason is because even if we're going to see in the short term some additional downward price action, and there may be a further capitulation event in the very short term, I acknowledge that is possible. It doesn't change the fact that we are in a bull market still. That does not change the fact. And it's so nice to be able to say that, because look, I've been running this Moon Lambeau channel since the middle of December of 2018. I've been in crypto since November of 2017. And so most of the time I've been in crypto, and most of the time, of course, as a result that I've been running this channel, what I've been able to say was that we weren't in a bull market. We were in a bear market. That's most of what I've been saying, because that's what we are in. But I'm telling you right now, despite the downward price action, that is not where we find ourselves, my friends. We are structurally in a macro upward trend despite what is happening here. And so just understanding, like, historically what what have been indicators towards the end of a bull market. Understand we haven't reached that, and it doesn't make sense. If you have sufficient data, it doesn't make sense to feel the thing. So again, I understand why the people are feeling these things, but it doesn't make sense. So my message at this point is primarily very positive, despite the fact that I acknowledge there could be some additional price action to the downside in the short term. But I insist it doesn't matter. Like, even if that happens, well, yay for the rest of you that decide that that's a positive because you want to buy more stuff. And to anybody else, it's just like, my gosh. This is why my do-nothing approach, I think, is superior to just feeling emotions and then buying and selling. Just holding for the long haul, because crypto has been in an uptrend for over 12 years, and that doesn't magically change, even despite bear markets. Think about that. Despite bear markets, we've been in a 12-year upward trend. We're talking pullbacks of over 80 or 90% at times. But look, I to be clear, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making crypto-related YouTube videos, but just as a hobby, just for fun. It's just my everyday Joe Schmo opinion, and you're all welcome to disagree. And if you do disagree, well, you're just wrong, damn it. I'm kidding. I could be wrong. I acknowledge I could be wrong about all this stuff. I have high levels of confidence for a reason. It's experienced in conjunction with data and just understanding how humans behave in emotional, like, markets that conjure up emotions like this. That's really all it is. At the time I'm recording this, XRP is at 89 cents. Bitcoin's at $41,707. Market cap for the asset class down to 1.86 trillion. Down to. I'm so happy I can say that. Down to 1.86 trillion. At the bottom of the bear market, the asset class, the entire asset class was like 175 billion. Now we're down to 1.86 trillion. Oh, okay. See, this is why you need to have a sufficient time horizon. Bitcoin dominance currently at 42.12%. And the lowest we've seen XRP within the last 24 hours, 87.6 cents, and the high was 96 cents. Crypto Fear and Greed Index. How are the lemmings feeling today? My friends, they're experiencing extreme fear. We're currently looking at the charts on your screen. They're 21 out of 100, indicating that the lemmings out there are feeling extreme fear. And my humble opinion is that it doesn't make sense to be feeling these things, but I get it. Again, like I said at the outset of the video, you buy something, it's worth less, and you don't know if it's going to stop becoming worth less, and I get it, emotion set, I understand, but that's structurally where we are in this market. It just doesn't, there's a reason I'm not freaking out. Like, it doesn't make sense to think that things will not be worth more in the future. So I'm just going to sit here and be patient, because humans responding like this is what makes volatility possible. So a huge part of my plan has always been, I count on humans to continue to behave like this, and I'm going to choose to not participate. That's what my plan has been for multiple years now, is I count on the humans to do this. Yes, I'm a human too, but I'm aware of mass quantities of humans doing this. I'm not going to. Because who wants to live like this on a day-to-day basis? Like yesterday it was fearful, now I'm in extreme fear. Last week I was neutral, last month it was extreme greed, which is literally what it was. You can see on the screen, like I'm reading what the emotions of the lemmings were, like where I'm circling right now. So I'm just not going to respond. I'm not going to live my life like that. It just doesn't make sense to do that. In fact, we've got all the reasons in the world to feel very positive about where things are going. Take a look at this from chart analyst DIY Investing, who wrote, "This is where the fun starts for XRP. A dip back to 80 cents, followed by the biggest impulse we have seen this cycle. I truly believe this is where we are going to see things take us to new all-time highs. The massive rounded bottom formation confirms accumulation has been heavy." And here's the chart that he shared here. And he's not the only one that is talking about this rounded bottom chart that's been forming for a number of years. Chart analyst Ambessa has highlighted that, and also chart analyst Leb Crypto. And we're on the upside portion of this rounded bottom, my friends. The worst that we could have possibly seen happen in March of last year when XRP was worth about 11 cents. But there's been extreme volatility the whole time. It doesn't mean that a rounded bottom didn't exist. It didn't mean that things were going to ultimately trend to the upside. Of course, they most certainly currently are. And that's why this is an exciting time to be in crypto. I'm feeling excited about where we are. I'm not feeling any degree of fear in crypto markets today, despite the fact that that's what the masses are feeling. I'm excited for this. This does not matter. The downward temporary price action, it does not matter. So again, DIY Investing is saying, expect us to go down to about 80 cents. And by the way, he's not the only one that was saying that. The blockchain backer, my fellow XRP YouTuber, he was talking about that exact same price level, actually. I was watching his most recent video, and that's what he thinks is most likely to occur. And he acknowledged, hey, what we had yesterday, in theory, that could have been the entirety of the capitulation event, but he seemed to think that it was perhaps a bit more likely that we will see one final move down for the asset class, and that's going to scare the heck out of everybody. So maybe we'll have that in a day or 2 or 3. I don't pretend to know what the timeline would be, but if we get that, then you may see XRP as low as 80 cents. My friends, this does not mean that XRP will not at some point in the future hit its all-time high and then break through. I'm telling you, like the price action, the emotions here have nothing to do with fundamentals, has nothing to do with the long-term viability of this asset class, nothing. It's just humans responding to one another in a chaotic environment. That's it. It doesn't make sense to feel afraid. Not like this is a bad reason. I mean, if you're going to be afraid, like, please give me a better reason than the emotional lemmings out there. Like, to me, just responding to them, you're going to be part of that too. Like, oh, that doesn't make any sense to me. And so possibly we see more downward price action. If we do, okay, and if we don't, okay. Now, if we're going to get out of this without any sort of further punishment, you looking for indicators, maybe individual coins popping off, whether they have a single increase in a single day, 20-30% upside. You can look for things like that to say, okay, maybe it's more likely than not that we're gonna bounce our way on out of here, but it's a little bit too soon. And so there were a number of analysts that think that it's more likely than not, just from, because I checked a ton of analysts, more than I'm highlighting in this video, and a lot of them just seem to think, yeah, there's a good chance that we're about at the bottom for Bitcoin. Some of them think maybe it'll go as low as 38,000, but either way, not insanely off from where it is right now. And yes, that would cause more fear. But I'm not seeing people honestly thinking that we're going to be getting back down to like 30,000 or 25,000 or 20,000. I'm not seeing anybody call for that today, and most do seem to think more likely than not if either the bottom's in or we're very close to it. That's what it looks like right now. So it to me, it just doesn't make sense to feel all these things. Here's another tweet from chart analyst DIY Investing, who wrote, "Bitcoin, could it really be that easy? While noobs panic sell, I am buying up their fear. Amateurs." And here's the chart that he shared. And could it be that easy? Yes, it could. Yes, indeed, it absolutely could. This is how humans behave. So yes. Here is a chart analyst Ambessa just noting that today XRP is up compared to ETH right here, up 5%. And XRP is even in the green against Bitcoin too. So in those pairs, actually looking good, at least in the short term. Don't mind that one bit. And he also had a tweet, I don't think I pulled it up for this video, but he was talking about on the macro like what to expect for XRP, and functionally nothing has changed. He's one of the analysts that has highlighted that rounded bottom chart. He believes in much higher levels for XRP, despite the chaos we've seen over the last couple days rather. Nothing has changed on a macro level. We are still in for the grand finale of the fireworks show coming up, and so I don't know exactly when that'll be. Maybe it'll be within the next few months. Maybe it's early next year. I don't know for sure, but somewhere around there doesn't sound like a crazy idea to me. So we'll have to see here. Here is chart analyst Michael Vandepop, who got a little bit bold. I thought I'd highlight this. He wrote, "Green day tomorrow for Bitcoin." So perhaps he thinks more likely than not we have seen the bottom. And then, there was this too. Yeah, let's talk about this. And so I mentioned this yesterday. Everybody was talking about this. This was the catalyst for the chaos that has ensued, right? Here's an article from Fox Business. I highlighted this just yesterday. China's Evergrande, what to know? One of China's largest lenders, Evergrande Group, is facing billions of debt with the threat of default. The crisis is sending shockwaves through global financial markets, including in the United States, where the company is being compared to Lehman Brothers, whose implosion in 2008 sparked the Great Financial Crisis. And so this is what has purportedly set all of this off, and maybe that is indeed the case. Okay, fine. So it wasn't just crypto markets that were tanking. It really was global financial markets, and that's, again, not confined specifically to crypto. But is this going to result? Is this concern actually going to result in utter devastation and some sort of global chaos that's going to go on for years, like a deep recession? Not necessarily. I'm certainly not convinced of it at this point. It looks more so like it's another scary moment in time for the lemmings. That's what it looks like to me. And so here is a trader, Alex Kruger, who shared the following with his 93,000 followers on Twitter. He said, "Odds are Evergrande will become a non-event in a matter of days. The reason for concern is not Evergrande, but traders worrying about Evergrande. Game theory." See, that makes more sense to me at this particular moment in time. I mean, because look, you're talking about this Chinese firm. Do you think that their government, which is, just say they have a lot of control over industry there, do you think that they're going to allow that to happen right now? And then on top of that, even if it did happen, it's going to result in some sort of global economic crisis? I'm not convinced yet. If you have a compelling case for that, I'm willing to hear it, but to this point, I've not seen anything sufficiently compelling. Here's chart analyst Michael Vandepop, what he had to say about this. "The market is giving Evergrande too much credit. This shows the insane level of anxiety the market currently has, through which I don't believe we're seeing a top of the equity markets. A crisis starts when nobody expects it." And so that's his perspective. We'll see. It doesn't sound bonkers to me. So anyway, hang in there, folks. We could see more downside price action, and if you see downside price action and you see XRP in the coming day or two or however long it takes, if you do see XRP much lower, whether it's 79 or 80 cents or who knows how low, again, just remember, it has nothing to do with whether or not XRP will hit its all-time high in the future and enter price discovery. It's just humans bouncing around off one another like crazy. Like that's pretty much it. Like, you ever been to those trampoline parks? Like mostly for the kiddies, I suppose. Just bouncing around off each other, hitting around, don't make no damn sense. It's kind of like that. It's like a stupid-ass trampoline park. People bounce around not knowing what the hell they're doing, except for, in this case, it's not just that you're in a room that smells like feet. You're actually buying and selling based on these crazy emotions and bouncing off one another, and it's completely stupid. But I'm counting on the humans to do that, so I'm just saying, if it goes lower, just understand that in and of itself does not mean XRP will or will not hit its all-time high and enter price discovery. It has nothing to do with it. And so that's why, for me, my approach to this the whole time, that I've been this just about several years now, is to do nothing. Just buy and hold. That's it. But I will go ahead and wrap up here. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Nambo.